What happened to Overtown's historic buildings in Miami? Imagine walking through a neighborhood filled with stories of the past, only to find many of those stories now missing. That's what happened to Overtown, a neighborhood rich in history and culture in Miami. Once called the Central Negro District, it was a lively hub for African American residents with many important buildings and homes. But starting in the 1960s, things changed quickly. Large projects like highway construction tore through the neighborhood, destroying many historic structures. The building of Interstate 95 and Interstate 395 cut right through Overtown, displacing thousands of residents and wiping out entire blocks. These highways weren't the only reason many buildings disappeared. During the same time, urban renewal policies targeted neighborhoods labeled as slums. These policies led to the demolition of old wooden houses and other historic buildings, often without proper replacement or support for the community. Many property owners, mostly Black residents, were not fairly compensated for their lost homes. This caused a significant loss of heritage and left many residents displaced. In recent years, some efforts have been made to save what's left of Overtown's historic buildings. One example is the Lyric Theater, a cultural landmark that was nearly lost to neglect. Thanks to community efforts and recognition of its importance, the theater was saved and restored. However, other historic buildings have fallen into disrepair and were eventually demolished because they were not maintained. This is called demolition by neglect, where buildings become unsafe and are torn down. The city of Miami has faced criticism for not doing enough to protect Overtown's historic sites. Compared to other neighborhoods, Overtown has fewer protections and incentives for preservation. Many historic properties are vulnerable because of limited support and funding. Still, there is a growing call for stronger partnerships between city officials, community groups, and preservation organizations. These groups want to survey, protect, and restore Overtown's remaining historic buildings to honor its cultural roots. Overall, the story of Overtown's historic buildings is one of loss but also hope. Highway projects and urban renewal caused many structures to disappear. But with ongoing efforts and community support, some landmarks are being saved or restored. The neighborhood's history remains a vital part of Miami's story, and preserving what's left is seen as a way to keep that story alive for future generations.